Hi, everybody. I think we're live. So I'm just going to take a second, make sure we're good, give you guys a minute to get here. And yeah, in the meantime, I will say our 10-day self-healing meditation challenge has started. And what's going to happen to like better explain this, because I don't feel like I'm doing a good job of explaining as to how this challenge is going about. I'm posting 5 new videos, but when I post the new videos, I'm going to post them at midnight, which is different than my normal posting time. So it's earlier. So you'll have the entire day to work with this video. And then the other days are going to be videos that already exist. So if you're on the email list, it's probably the easiest to follow this because every day you're going to get an email that will give you the direct link with journal prompts in it. And then if not, I'll just keep posting, I guess, on my community chat for every single day. So you can like get the journal prompts there for the videos that already do exist and get the link for them there. So definitely keep checking the community tab. But in my mind, how this is working, like the vision for this challenge is that we're going to take 10 days focusing on the different topics that I laid out, doing a brief meditation Reiki session. And you, of course, can watch it as many times as you'd like. And then if you want to use the journal prompts to go further with the healing, you can. But ideally, I want to just send healing to you for these different aspects because I sat here and I thought to myself, like, if I was starting my self-healing journey again, what would I start and like what would I tackle? And so I tried my best to create that in a way in 10 days that makes sense. So yeah, I hope it ends up helping you. I hope it ends up being really beneficial. Um, Let me know if you guys are here and if you can hear me. I don't see the chat, which is just my fault. Um, yeah, I think we're good. I see it first. Beautiful, beautiful, cool. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Um, yeah, rise into love. Yeah. So today we're gonna do a moon ritual focusing on this Aries new moon solar eclipse. I don't know how many of you guys watched it. I ended up watching it today and I was roller skating while it was happening. What's going on, Tom? Hello, hello, hello. Um, yeah, it was really cool. It's my second time watching a solar eclipse, so it was just fun. And if I seem a little bit out of it, I'm sorry. I did an expo this past weekend, which was 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And at the expo, I'm selling my candles and doing in-person Reiki sessions. And they're just like really long days. So I'm definitely feeling that. And then I also had a healing session at the end of it. And the healing session was very intense. So I'm still like floating from this healing session, enjoying floating, but if I seem out of it, yes, I'm a little out of it. So that's what's going on. But let's talk about this energy with this Aries new moon. I'm just going to keep it brief, but as you may be feeling it, and I feel like everybody's talking about this energy, it's really potent. It's high transformative energy. Like this is a time, this is a sign for new beginnings. It's a time for doors to open, for new pathways to become clear, for us to start moving in a new direction, to receive new information, have a new way of being. Just anything can happen. And one thing to note, it's like if anything has not yet happened, it could still happen within the next month, right? The energy goes longer than just today. So know that. And also know that some of this might be very subtle. So keep in mind, like, of any of the whispers or the gentle nudges that you're getting, or like the softness that's coming through to you, that also could be encouraging you to be like operate in a different new way and make a change. So it might not be some like really big catastrophic event like an earthquake in New Jersey that makes you wake up. It could just be something that's quieter and feels more subtle. So I just want to throw that on your radar. Um, This retrograde eclipse energy is potent. I don't know about you guys, but I low-key feel like I'm going crazy. Yeah. I'll talk more about my experience in a moment, but you may also feel old wounds coming up, and this is beyond the new moon in Aries. This is more of like how the sky is. And our feelings are here to guide you and help you reveal your desires and like highlight any areas of transformation. Also, you might have wounds just coming to the surface. Like today, I had a reminder of my past come through. And it kind of like jabbed me a little bit, but I'm doing my best to be like, I just got to let it go and like let go of the past. Um, so yeah, so if you are feeling the old wounds, allow them to be guiders to help you really understand your desires and the areas of your transformation. And this is a turning point, like for real. Like if you've been feeling called to change your ways, change your routines, like this is it. Like let's go. Let's get more disciplined. This is also a time to unleash your most authentic self, rise above your limitations. And with all of this, definitely give yourself space to process your intense feelings, like do activities that's going to release your pent up energy. And really, with this energy too, we're being reminded to keep on going, to become better versions of ourselves, even when we find it challenging, even when it feels like everything is getting in our way to keep us and block us from going there. Be consistent, right? Like be persistent. Just keep on going and powering through and allow yourself to release what's blocking you, welcome in what's next, all part of this energy. Make time to understand the change. So when I say that, I mean like you may not have an understanding as to what's going on or what you're going through or the intense feelings now, but the words and the understanding will come. So give yourself patience and allow it to show up. And with this time, as I was kind of like touching upon before, it's really, really important to act slowly, even though you may be feeling impatient and demanding. Aries energy is impatient, is very like, go for it. I am an Aries moon and rising, and like, we want it now. Allow yourself to move slowly, allow yourself to take a step back. Do your best not to be abrupt. Um, with this energy, you can expect sudden insights, epiphanies, and a deeper understanding of how you relate to your routine, your core desires, and your values. And then, really, this is a time for us to commit ourselves to the discipline required to bring our dreams and higher selves into fruition. So, think of that routine, if that makes sense. So, that's everything I'm going to share in regards to this energy and this new moon. Yep, very restless, but the universe is saying chill. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Definitely intense energies. Like today, I've like cried twice. I like have felt silly and goofy and like loose and like spinning around. I'm normally like really tight. So the healing session I did yesterday was absolutely incredible. Like healing in itself is amazing. And as a Reiki healer, I'm really, really, really particular as to who I let work on me. And it's been a while since I've had a session with somebody. And yeah, like the energy right now is insane. Like this whole weekend while I was doing Reiki healings, the energy was so powerful. So I can just imagine what this next week is going to be like with Reiki sessions. It's going to be like so, so intense. So if you're ever interested in having a private session with me, like this week is going to be a really good week to have one. So that is about that. We're now going to move into cleansing our energy and cleansing the energy in our space. If you need to grab sage, Palo Santo, frankincense, incense, energy clearing spray, my energy clearing spray, if you happen to have any, if you've bought it, go ahead and do that. If you can't burn or spray anything, you are just going to imagine white light coming in around you and then white light coming into the room. One thing to note when we cleanse our energy, please be sure to get the palms of your hands as well as the bottoms of your feet, as that will help us cleanse further. And I am going to try to burn the sage and pray. Hold on, give me one moment. I want to use the sage leaf. but I need a lighter because I will burn my nails in my candle. I've done it many a times. So as we clear our energy, I'm just going to read to you something that I wrote. I clear my aura, washing away all that no longer serves me. I disconnect my energy from any ties that are weighing me down and ask my energy to be fully returned to me. I ask more space to fill my being, allowing new beginnings to flow into my life. I am open to all that is meant for me. I am open to change. I am open to miracles. I invite spirit, my higher self, and any other loving entities to join me for this ritual. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're not going to get into cleansing the room. I'm going to stay seated just so I can stay on camera and read my computer, but you're welcome to get up and walk around. I ask all low vibe energy to clear from this space. I ask all energy that is not in my highest and greatest good to be cleared. I fill, oops, sorry. I fill this space with caring, loving, supportive, healing, uplifting, high vibe energy. I invite in the divine and the divine I invite in the divine feminine and the divine masculine to support with this ritual. Thank you for your support. I am open, safe, and loved in this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay. And I wonder if all people are psychic to some extent and that empaths are generally more so than others. Yes, all people are definitely psychic to some extent, for sure. You can develop it, you can enhance your psychic abilities, you can practice and get better with them. And I don't want to sit here and say that, yes, empaths are generally more so than others. I just think that empaths may have a different awareness because they are empathic. And once you realize that you're empathic, your awareness, you can't help but your awareness kind of like change and evolve. Because I know for me as an empath, I often have to figure out, like, when I go places, like, is the energy I'm feeling me, or is it the room or people in the room? Like, what am I feeling? So I'm very aware. And I think a lot of other empaths end up being very aware. And then it's like that awareness helps us with our psychicness in a way because we're just aware. Um, but I don't want to say like one is better than the other. Yes, one has more than the other. But yeah, 100%, all of us are psychic. All of us have psychic abilities to some extent. All of us can feel energy. It's just a matter of, do we choose to do this or not? How do you know if you're an empath or just intuitive? Are they toxic, or am I the toxic one? Yeah. So how do you know if you're an empath or just intuitive? So when I describe myself as being an empath, and how I know I'm an empath, I have a few different examples, but one of my favorite ones that was the most intense for me in college, I was working at a law firm. And every time I would go to work and there was this one girl there, I would sit next to her. And the next thing I know, my whole body would feel angry. And like I was just in rage. And I couldn't understand where this intense feeling of anger was coming from. And then it finally clicked on me that I was picking up whatever feelings she was feeling. And that was like my first aha moment of like, oh, like I really feel what else is around me. Another way you can know that you're an empath is doing a human design chart. So in your human design chart, there's actually an area that will show you if you are an empath or not. Um, but I do think in general, like many of us are capable of being empathic, right? And having sympathy for people. But like as an empath, I literally will feel what you're feeling as if it's my own. And it's like very intense. So I don't know if that helped with you with that description. As an intuitive, like I feel like intuitive abilities we're able to increase and like work on and develop. if that makes sense. But we all have intuition. Like we're all intuitive. We're all psychic. Like that all of us are. We've just been so removed from it that we doubt ourselves. And a lot of times too, people like want us not to believe in our true self. Like, right? Like as I don't like want to go here, but I will. Like as a culture, you're easier to control if you're not thinking for yourself. And I will leave it at that. Okay. But just my 2 cents. Um, I still don't know how to separate my energy from others and things. It's so overwhelming. Okay, so this is going to be my best advice when it comes to separating your energy from others and things. Everything is intention. It is your intention to the fullest. So one of the techniques I do teach, I did like a how to clear your energy workshop a few weeks ago. You can imagine, this is one of my favorite techniques, and I'll give you like two. So one of the things I used to do, because I would work in the city and I'd get on the bus and I'd have these crazy interactions on the bus all the time. And then I finally figured this out. I would go with sunglasses, headphones. I would wear sunglasses when it was raining, snowing. I didn't care. I wore sunglasses all the time and headphones. And in my mind, I would imagine that I would close up my chakras. So I would think of my chakras as, like the 7 different points where they are. And I would think of them as a lotus flower, as an open lotus flower. And so before I would do my commute or I would go somewhere, I would imagine all of these centers, this lotus flower closing. And so I would purposely like close off my energy. And then my intention would be, I'm only going to feel my own energy. And so when I do that, I like shut myself off from like so like if you think of it this way, like our aura it expands, right? So it's the width of our arms when they're fully stretched, right? Like that's our aura. So if our aura is open and we're walking around people, our aura is clipping into the energy around us. If I decide that I'm going to close myself off and bring my aura in to my body, I'm not going to feel everything that's out here because my bubble is smaller. So I would do that technique. I would imagine everything being closed and I would like shut off, like I would like close my aura. And then the other one I would do is like I would imagine myself surrounded by a reflective bubble. Sometimes I would do a mirror, sometimes I do white light, sometimes I do blue light. And I would basically say like the only thing that's allowed to come into this is love. I'm only sending love out and I'm only going to feel my own energy. So those are like my two spiritual techniques. And then the third, I'll give you this one too. So when I'm out and about, I will, if I'm having a moment and my heart just starts racing for no reason and I'm like gulping and like I'm starting to like escalate, I will check in with my feet and I'll say, how are my feet feeling? And I'll be like, oh, they're on the floor, they're firm, they're calm, they're secure. Okay. And I'll do a quick body scan and I'll go all the way up. And then I'll start to recognize, like, wait, I'm okay. I feel okay. I'm safe in this moment. All right. All right. Like what's around me? What am I in? Oh, I'm at a concert. Like, yeah, everybody's so excited around me. Okay, well, let me stop being scared and resisting this feeling and instead sit here and be like, okay, I'm here. I'm excited. I accept it. And I actually just experienced this. I went to Monday Night Raw, that just happened. And my first 20 minutes there, I was hungry. So my stomach was really empty and then my throat got really, really dry and I kept gulping really hard. And I like was getting scared that I was going to get sick and I don't get sick, but I was just not often. So I was just like really scared, like whatever. And I was having a really hard time slowing my heart rate down. And it took me like 30 minutes. And it's just like, all right, like everybody's here. They're just excited. I'm just nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. This is my first one ever. And like, just like was breathing through it and also not feeding it more because the more I feed it, the worse it gets because I'm fixating on it. So I was just like drinking some water and like just kind of vibing out a little bit until I settled down. So I still have moments like this. I just know how to deal with them. And like understand like I've been here before. Where it's going to pass, it's going to get better. And I had a blast. Like it was such a great night. I had so much fun. Um, I just know myself. And it's like that first 30 minutes when I first get there and like the energy is just like, So I don't know if that's helpful, but those are just three different ways that you can try, and eventually maybe you'll find what works best for you. That's just what helps me. Um, a channeler like Abraham and Bashar. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Intuition, awareness, empathy, psychic abilities are all branches of the same tree. In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's all spirituality, right? Like we're all energy. Um, I do think some people, I don't know if everybody really is a true empath. Um, that's why I like the human design chart to see if you are one. Um, but yeah, I do think everybody has intuition, awareness, and psychic abilities for sure. For sure. And then on that note, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope it's helpful for anybody else who watches this on the replay. So let's hop into these questions because we got 5. Human design chart. Yeah. So if you look up a human, it's like an astrology chart basically, but it's different. It's still based off of your birth time, birthday, and location that you were born. If you just Google like human design chart, there's a few different ones. Um, you're a generator, a manifester, generator. I don't know all of them. Projector, generator. I know you could be like a manifestor generator, etc. There's like 6 different lines. There's also meanings behind the arrows. So like certain charts will give you more insight into them. The gene keys is work that is based off of human design, and the gene keys work is like some of my favorite work out there too. And yeah, I feel like everybody should have their astrology chart pulled and start looking at their astrology chart to start learning about themselves, and then also look at their human design chart. Like I like those 2 aspects because in my opinion, they're non-biased. It's not you answering questions, it's you seeing the blueprint from when you were born at a certain day, time, and place. Yeah, look into that. Definitely get both of those because once you start looking into those 2 things, your awareness of yourself just like explodes. It's just really helpful. All right, cool. Question number 1. Let's dive into this. So our first question is going to be, what has been coming up for you recently? And so I'm leaving this super open-ended on purpose, but yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to explain. Super open-ended, however this question resonates for you. What has been coming up for you recently? And we're going to take 3 minutes with this question. Just give me a second to get the audio. Okay, cool. Let's go. For those of you watching this on a replay, if you want more time, totally pause this video. But for everybody else, no more A meetings. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, Jocelyn. A complete embracement of my path. Yes. I know it's heavy, but it's been very difficult. Like I'm facing fears from childhood. Yeah. You have the power to heal it and let it go. So the more you face things, the easier it is to see them for what they are and release them and let them go. And this is definitely a time to move into this new chapter. So just remember you're powerful. Thank you all for sharing. We're going to move into our second question. And it is going to be, what changes are you feeling called to make? And this can be everything and anything that's been going on, any area, aspect of your life. But what changes are you feeling called to make? Let's take like 2 minutes for this question. I just got to find a song that's 2 minutes. So give me 1 second. If I can find one. Here we go. All right. I'm going to throw this question in the chat and let's get to writing. If you need more time with that question, definitely hit pause and keep on writing. And some of the answers: to live with integrity. Yes, yes, yes. To be more gentle with your healing journey, not to try to heal everything at once. Yes, for sure. Little steps, focus on little things at a time, and then it will get easier and better. And you'll notice when you focus on one little thing, other things will just start to heal too. More order, structure, and no more leaving potential on the table, squeezing every drop. There is a potential. Yeah. Sacrifices must be made. Yeah. I'm learning to put my needs first. Yes, 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 yes. All really great things. And I'm here wishing all of that for all of you as well. Whew. Sorry, guys. I'm totally just hit me like for a second. It was like, whoo, I'm totally feeling like I'm floating. Um, We're going to keep on going with this. So let's move on to this next question. I'll share a little bit of my response for this one. I'm just feeling called more to have a different routine in a way, like figuring out what routine would really help me operate at my highest optimal. So that's where I'm at and how I'm feeling. So our next question is going to be, how would you be if you showed up as your most authentic self each day? So yeah, the best version of you, the most authentic version of you, genuinely you. How would you be? We're going to take like 2 minutes and 35 seconds for this question. I'm going to throw it in the chat. If you'd like more time, keep on writing. And from the chat, unseen but produce. Okay. Compassionate and soft-spoken. Yes. I still don't know exactly how this version is, but I imagine it being very creative, free, and strong. Amazing. Blissful, carefree, not too distant, more joyful. Amazing. For me, moving my body every day, lighthearted, sarcastic, fun, playing, being vulnerable, letting people like see me more, creating, using my voice, trusting and flowing with life, fully believing in myself. Um, from the chat, always smiling, bring a genuine good person, bring a genuine good person, having unconditional love for everyone. Yes, these are all amazing. I love this. Yes, yes, yes. One of the things I have felt with myself, I know when I was younger, I was very scared to be kind because sometimes I'd feel like, well, I guess I had expectations and like, if I was being kind, I would assume someone would be kind back to me and then I'd get mad if they weren't. And now I definitely operate from a place of just like, I'm just kind. That's it. I'm just kind. I have no expectations or hopes or desires for you giving me something back. Like, I'm just gonna be kind and leave it at that. And so that for me has been really helpful and empowering and like changing the way in which I operate because it's like I'm genuinely just doing this because I want to do it. And if I don't want to do it, I should not do it. Not, you know, that's low-key manipulation. Yes and no, I wasn't necessarily doing it to manipulate it, but it would be in my mind like, I did this for you, so then like you'll do this for me. And it didn't like work like that. Hello, hello. So glad you're here. So I don't like to think of manipulation. Maybe it was, but I'm not like that anymore. Um, all right, let's move on to our next question. And this one is the one. This is the one for this energy. So we're going to take some time on it because I really want you to think about it and allow yourself just, sometimes we need a little bit more time to think more. So, what intentions are you setting with this powerful Aries new moon? And I want you to think of something different than what you normally think of. Think as big as you want to think, like there are no limitations. You're entering a new chapter, you are starting a new beginning, you get to be a new person. Think of it from that perspective. What intentions do you want? Like, what truly are your desires? What are the things that you are scared to tell other people? Like, let's get down to that. So I'm going to throw this question in the chat. It doesn't have all the extraness to it. But let's take like a little over 3 minutes for this question. If you like more time with that question, hit pause if you're watching this on the replay. And then from the chat, I want the world to transition from belief in or skepticism and into knowing that the soul exists through evidence, scientific and practices. That'd be great. Yeah, we're definitely moving there. I'm going to win the lotto, buy a house, and have the life I desire. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go. I actually know a few different people that have won the lottery, so totally possible. Like, I think winning the lottery is like super realistic. Um, I believe that the lack of knowing of the soul causes disharmony in many pillars of society. Yeah, I agree. And I think the lack of knowing of the soul creates disharmony within the body and the self as well. Hence, we end up with disease, dis-ease. Um, Thank you, thank you. It's simple, but for me, it's big. I want to feel fully like myself, experience peace and joy to be alive in this world, feel present in my body, have clarity. Yes, you can totally get there and start to experience that. And my best advice is that every time you have moments within the day where you do experience it, see if you can hold those moments longer and then celebrate yourself at the end of the day for the experiences and moments that you did have, right? So, like, notice the little stuff, and then eventually it's going to start to expand, and then you're just going to end up living in that normally. Um, awesome, awesome. For me, I have so many desires and intentions, and yeah, there's a lot. I'll share this one with you guys though, because I would love your help with manifesting this. I would love to be in a place where in this fall, I'm able to move. That would be awesome. However, it's going to happen come the fall. I will be able to choose to move um, because I have the funds to do so. So that would be really cool. Worst comes to worst, I'll just stay where I am. But yeah, I'd love your help with that one. You're very welcome. Okay, cool. So this is going to be our last question before we hop into Reiki. And I'm sorry if I'm like moving fast at all tonight. I'm definitely uh half and half energetically. I'm like half here and half not. So our last question is going to be, as you know, if you've been here before, we're going to write to the moon. So I want you to write to the new moon, sharing whatever is on your heart, asking for whatever guidance, assistance, new intentions, new beginnings, whatever it is that you want from like with the energy of the moon. When I write to the new moon, yeah, when I write to the new moon, I like to address like dear new moon and address it like that. Yeah, my eyes also probably look different and super dark because I have on no foundation or any like real makeup. I just have on blush and mascara. So uh I really didn't want to put on foundation. I'm sorry. So um yeah, let's write to the new moon. I'm gonna play some music. If you'd like more time, of course, please hit pause. And then for all of us here on live, oh, thank you both. Um, I accept my past and learn from the journey, knowing this is preparing me for the next chapter. Yeah, I feel that. I'm right there with you. Um, I ask the moon for a reflection to know my inner strength, to find my resolve. Yeah, that's beautiful. It'll show you. I will no longer be held back by not having enough money. The lack of funds will no longer dictate how I choose life and show up my life. I welcome more money into my life. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. That hits home so hard for me. I can totally relate to that. Like y'all don't even know. So, um, yeah, just surrendering and living and just trusting that the next thing's gonna come because it always will. Like the universe has a way of really bringing you what you need when you need it in miraculous ways that we can't even think. Um, no worries about the typos. It's all goody. Did I get a headache during the eclipse? I did. Weird. I love money and money loves me. Yes, and money flows to you easily and effortlessly. Um, did I get a headache during the eclipse? It's really funny you say that. I was outside roller skating and then I was laying on the ground looking at the eclipse because I had like glasses. And then when I was done looking at it, I totally did have a headache. But in my mind, I thought like, oh, it might just be because I was looking up for so long, like with the glasses. It wasn't like an extreme headache, but it definitely was there for like a second. And then I um went to the gym. I relate to Tom plus great health. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Aries new moon. Yes, for all of that. I am asking the Aries new moon to remove any blockages that I have that are keeping me from going where I want to go, and just asking, allowing myself to fully surrender to it and asking that it be here to help me and guide me. Because, yeah, started to feel heavy during the eclipse. Yeah. It felt really eerie when the moon was like covering the sun and everything got dark and cold. The temperature changed. Like, the sun brings so much warmth. So when I was roller skating and stuff, it was like, oh, it got chilly. It definitely felt like, oh, this is bizarre. For me, when the earthquake hit in Jersey too, I actually was doing voiceovers for my regular YouTube videos. And I got really confused because I was sitting here and I was like, I know it's been windy lately, but like, is it that windy that it's going to shake the whole building? Like, I was literally so confused. And then after the earthquake, it took me a while. Like, my head felt like it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, it didn't even shake that long. Like, it wasn't drastic. But like, physically, I just felt like a little like jumbled up and it took me a second to feel real grounded. It took me like a lot, like more than a second. I just didn't feel grounded for a little bit. And I was really, really confused. Um, it seems like I'm actually able to feel the memories more than usual. Yeah. I thought there was construction happening outside. Yeah. Or a UPS truck. Yeah. It was just very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. But the reason why I love doing these moon rituals with all of you, and like I appreciate you all jumping on here with me. This is an opportunity for us to recognize how we felt and just honor how we felt and recognize our own awareness and abilities and really just give ourselves space to feel. Like, how often do you allow yourself to just like feel through stuff and not suppress it? And like that's really the secret of like life. Basically, it's like let's just like feel and let go and trust more in ourselves. So that's my rant. Okay. So I keep being on live with you guys for so long. Sorry. We're gonna hop into this Reiki meditation or this Reiki session. And I'm just going to give you my spiel for anyone who's catching this video for the first time, or anybody who actually doesn't know this and watches my other videos and like is completely unaware because I don't say it in my other videos. But Reiki healing is an energy modality in which energy sent via the hands. I'm not the one doing the healing. I'm just channeling through this Reiki energy. And so what happens is that the Reiki energy talks to your soul and it goes exactly where you need it physically, spiritually, and emotionally. You can ask it to help with specific intentions, like future stuff. You can ask it to help heal current emotions from past stuff. You can also ask it for like karmic healing. It's really incredible. It goes beyond distance, it goes beyond time. This is why I'm able to send it from my home to you, wherever you are in the world. And when I do these videos, I do set the intention that whoever watches this video is able to receive the healing. So, what you might feel as I'm sending this Reiki to you, you may feel tingling in your hands, feet, other places in your body. You may feel waves of energy come over you. You may see shapes, you may see colors. You might have emotions come up to the surface. You may have thoughts pop up into your mind. You may gulp hard. Your stomach might gurgle. You may feel as if you're traveling to different places. But for the most part, it's just going to feel very calming, very relaxing, and like different than meditating. It's just going to like bring you to a different place. So, yeah, so if you're ever feeling any of that stuff, that is the Reiki. When you watch my other videos and you feel those things, that is the Reiki. And that's the energy that I'm sending you. So, on that note, you're welcome to receive this Reiki sitting down or laying down. You don't need to look at me. You don't need to be watching me in the video. Same thing with my other videos. You don't have to look at me at all. Okay. You could just have the video on and lay down. So, I invite you now to get comfortable. If you're somebody who gets cold, definitely bring a blanket, grab a blanket, put it on you. I'm going to start playing some music, and I just invite you and encourage you to start taking some deep breaths and really allowing yourself to relax. And then when we're done, I'm going to do this with my hands. I genuinely don't think you're going to hear it because of this microphone and how this microphone picks things up. Maybe you will, but I will do that. And then after this, you'll hear my voice and I'll gently bring you back. Don't rush to sit up, like take your time. And if you feel lightheaded after the Reiki, that is normal. So I'm going to start playing music and you can just start taking some deep breaths. I invite you to slowly come back to this moment, becoming aware of your body, gently wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe taking a stretch. And then, whenever you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And if you're laying down, you can slowly sit up. If you are feeling lightheaded, don't worry, just take a moment. Take a deep breath and drink some water. Water will help you with this healing that you received. I don't feel as heavy as before. That was so intense right at first, but got so warm and soothing. I was traveling the Milky Way galaxy. This thing's in the way. Um, that timer yanked me back into my body. Sorry. um, yeah, the energy felt really, really intense sending it to you. So if you really liked that and you want to experience something deeper and like have an actual 45-minute session with me, I do have appointments available for tomorrow and the rest of this week. The energy will still be really intense for the next few days. So I definitely highly recommend if you're interested in something that, helps you even more, check out my website and use the code Reiki25. You can save 25%. I felt it on my lower belly and comfort in the whole body. Yay. Yeah. Reiki feels different every single time you get it. So it goes where you need it. Um, what's the exact amount you would need to move out by fall, like a ballpark? Um, that's a really great question, and I don't have an answer because the type of houses we would want. We're I still don't have a new job, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get another unemployment claim. And for whatever reason, I am not hearing back from jobs that I'm applying to. So I like the idea of moving is so far removed. Like I'm not even looking at any places yet because I'm living off of credit cards and like savings. Do you know what I mean? So, um, I like that question though, because it makes me zoom out and believe and trust in it happening. So I'll start looking at some houses maybe and getting a better idea as to what the number could be. But yeah, so when, yeah, I'm right there with y'all when it comes to stuff. It's definitely, yeah, definitely understand. Rent, don't buy. Yeah, that's the other. There's a lot of different options. I rent right now and Um, it's not a buyer's market, in my opinion, either. Yeah, it's all gonna work out. So many others are in the same boat. Yeah, it's a really challenging time. So like anyone else who's been laid off in the last 2 years and like is having a really challenging time with getting another job, like I truly feel for you. I'm right there with you. I don't have more advice on like what to do to like get seen and get through. I mean, like, of course, going through referrals is the best thing you can do, and I've done that, and like, you just don't know. So, um, it will all work out though. It always does for sure. You can write it off being self-employed. Yeah, yeah, I do. Buy an abundance candle. Yeah, buy an abundance candle. I should light one of my own. Actually, I was lighting my own the other day. I make abundance candles. I don't know if you know that, Tom, but I should work with my own candle. I'm just in a place like, so I've recently learned how, like there's pendulums in life, and when we desire something so much and we hold our grip on it and we're so fixated on having this thing and we just keep noticing how we're not having this thing, we're actually repelling ourselves and getting further away from this thing. So I'm just now in a space of like, the money's going to show up every month. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Um, yeah, I was talking about yours. Thank you. Yeah, cool. Thank you for the advertisement, Tom, for my abundance candles. Yeah, so the more we just trust in life and trust in whatever's meant to happen for us, like it will happen. And it sounds so counterintuitive and so counterproductive, especially when you're somebody who likes to do stuff. But like I've seen it happen, and it's happened to me and it's happened to people in my life, like their lives. Like one, money does show up, and two, miracles like do happen. And they're not necessarily miracles. Like you are creating your own life. Like you are the master of your life. And what you're thinking, what you're doing, like you're creating it all. Um, Money is as abundant as the air we breathe. Yes, it is. Hell yeah. I love that one. So Tom, that's I don't have a number for you, but maybe in 4 months I'll have a number for you. We'll see. I'm hopeful. Um, yeah. So if anybody else is in the same boat, you're definitely not alone. Any other questions that you guys have for me when it comes to like Reiki or spirituality or just anything? I'm here. It's all working itself out. Yes, it is. And like it's really I like feel uncomfortable sharing that with you guys because like I'm not like it doesn't feel good to me for me to be in the place that I'm in. Like it feels really, really, really bad. And every day I'm still doing my best to like show up and figure things out and like be here for all of you and like post on YouTube and like just see where it takes me. And so I do have a goal of posting a video a day for a full year, and I'm almost at my year. July will be my year of posting a new video every single day for a year, not including shorts, like an actual video. Um, and so I just share that to say, like, you may watch my stuff, you may see my posts, you might see my shorts, and you might have this opinion of my life. I'm not showing you most of my life at all in any of these things. Um, but like, even when things may not feel good or feel dark, like we can still show up and do things. And that's what this Aries new moon is about, right? It's about like having the belief and still going with something and showing up and doing it, even when it's challenging, even when it doesn't feel great. Um, what kind of crystals do you use? I like that. In the event, so in my intention candles, I pick 8 to 10 different crystals per intention and I don't repeat them. So like in the abundance one, I have opal, tiger's eye. I think I have halite in that one. I have the jades, I have new jade. I have aventurine. Um, every single time I make the candle, it's like kind of also what's available. So on the back of the candle, there's a link that will take you for you to see, you can identify the crystals in the candles. So you're able to like tell, like I add it to the website, especially if I pick new ones from what's available. Oh, I use pyrite sometimes in it. But basically my goal is to have it where like every candle has different crystal combos. I do have some people that buy like 5 or 10 abundance candles at a time. So like I want them to get a variety of the crystals. Granted, they're definitely getting duplicates, but yeah. So I get really, really, really neurotic with the crystals I put in my intention candles. It's very specific. It's very on purpose. Yes. And then with my other candles, my astrology candles and like my modern jar candles, I just do like raw stones. I get like 2 different bags of stones. The 5 wick candles, I get like stones that are like the size of my palm or like smaller, but they're big raw stones. And those are just different. Hopefully you're not struggling on cup noodles right now behind the scenes. No, I'm not. I am vegan and gluten free, and I will always eat how I need to eat, even if it costs money. But like being vegan, it's like kind of cheap if you're not buying processed vegan stuff, 'cause it's like beans, rice, and vegetables. You know what I mean? Have you ever heard of miracle healing, deaf people who can hear again, etc.? I have read about stuff like that. But I have not witnessed it in person, but I do think it's possible. Like I don't doubt it. I like to play this game and try to think, like, see if I can ever heal my eyes because I've had glasses since I was like in the second grade. Um, but I mean, I have yet to witness a miracle healing, but I've read so many stories. I have no doubts that they happen. Abraham or Neville Goddard says, change the feeling because the feeling's the way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do I believe in the ETs? I do believe that yeah, I guess so. I don't think of them as, I guess they are called ETs. Whenever I think of them, like I normally think of like, I guess like what they're called, like Syrian beings, Pleiadians, etc. But yeah, I do. I believe in it. Thank you so much for this moment and for showing up. I was going through so much confusion, and now I'm going back to myself just by being here in your energy. Oh, good. You're so welcome. I'm happy. I'm happy it's helping you. And yeah, just get back to yourself. Um, I'm one of those people, like, I don't doubt things. Like, just because I don't experience it, I'm never going to discredit someone else's experience. Cause, like, what does that do for me? So, like, if somebody had an experience and like full-heartedly believes in it, like, that's their world, that's their beliefs, like, cool. Like, it doesn't, them having a belief doesn't change my world and my beliefs. Like, I think we can all coexist with our own beliefs, and like our beliefs shape our world in a sense. So I don't know anything. Like, I don't know what's fully here and I don't know what's not. I've had experiences where like, yeah, I've had experiences, a few. Um, so I definitely do think like there's more than just us for sure. Why would there only just be us? Also, random thought. Horton hears a who. Sometimes I think of us as like we're like literally like Horton hears a who. Like we're like the the population that like lives on the little speck that's like on this flower. You know what I mean? Like we would never know. We would never know until somebody from outside of it is like, hey, you're just a small community on a speck floating on a flower. Um, didn't they find water on a distant planet somewhere? I thought they did. So sometimes on threads I'll see stuff. Um, I don't know what's true. The internet, social media makes it so challenging to know, especially now with AI, like what's real and what's not real. So I just like I live under a rock, which may not be the best advice or the best thing to do. Question everything. You don't have to believe everything. It's like, oh, I saw this. Oh, okay. Um, Astronauts are by definition extraterrestrials, those who've been to the moon, for example. Yeah, I guess so. They're probably looking at us like, nope, sending our ass away from there. Yeah. Like, yeah, they're destroying themselves. Let's not go there. Cool. Any other questions, any other things, any other comments, any other things you guys want to share? Also, while you're typing, because I know there's a delay, I did create a Discord group. It's only two of us in there, me and one other person. So if you want to have a conversation off of YouTube that's like more community, you can totally join this Discord group and like be there and talk and share and like share what you're going through on your journey. No pressure, but I just thought it would be fun to create something that's not Facebook, because I know not everybody has a Facebook or wants a Facebook. And I know a lot of people do have Discord. So, um, what do I know or think about rod pyramids people meditate or sleep under? Okay, good question. So, this right here is a copper ring. Um, the expo that I was just at, there's a guy there who makes copper hula hoops and copper like bracelets and all of this stuff and like copper headbands. And I definitely have felt a difference wearing the copper. Like when I do Reiki with my copper ring, which you'll see basically all of my videos, I'm always wearing my ring in it. I definitely feel more intensity with the Reiki at times. I think I've been wearing the ring now for a full year. So like I don't feel it like I did when I first felt it a year ago. Um, so I do think the copper for sure does something. Like I've experienced it. Like the first time I experienced copper, my mood was like, "Mwah, mwah." And this woman came and she took this hula hoop. It was a copper hula hoop, and she put it down my body and back up, and my whole entire everything shifted. So I could totally feel the energy. So I do like copper. I like working with it. On the flip side of it, there's somebody that I do follow as well who's like on the health in the health world, and they're like copper jewelry, blah blah blah, you shouldn't have it, blah blah blah. So I don't know what's right, what's wrong. I wear mine. Um, Time to get some copper. Yeah, if you want this person's info, I can send it to you. I really like their stuff. Also, you clean it with ketchup. Aren't IUDs made of copper? There are ones that are, and they do cause health issues to women for sure, for sure. So I would stay away from that. Um, yeah. So that's my experience with copper. I like it. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other things? Rants, chats? But if you have a female friend, don't advise her to get it. Okay. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for all the good questions. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope some of my answers helped. Um, Cool. All right. On that note, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna post. I'll keep them. Yeah, keep it in mind for sure. Like there's definitely. I've known a few people who've had them, and like also it's so painful to get it. Oh my God, don't. It's so much. It's so much. Um, yeah. I'm gonna send an email out to anybody who's on the email list tonight at midnight with the link for the day two video, and I'll post it on the community chat as well with the journal prompts there, um, so that you have them. Maybe I'll post the journal prompts on the video too. I know it's an old video, but I can do that. So I'm going to put it up at midnight. My whole point of putting it up at midnight is I know some people are in future time zones. So I wanted it to be the same day. That's why I'm posting them so early. And then I'll be posting another video tomorrow anyway. So there will be a new video in case if you're not doing the self-healing meditation challenge with us, you'll have something different to watch. Yeah, cool. That's all I got. Amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here. Also, I do have Reiki sessions available this week. If you want a personalized session with me, just use the code Reiki25. Check out my website and Snag one because I promise like the session this week is going to be lit. This energy is so crazy. Where's the Discord link? If you go to the community, any of the last 3 posts, there's a Discord link on there. So it'll be fun to have you in there because I feel like you'll keep us chatting. So I like that. Come join. Yeah, cool. Enjoy this energy. Be patient with yourself. Move slow. Love yourself. Do something nice. And I'll see y'all next time. You don't think it works? Uh-oh. Hold up. I'll get you the Discord link right now. Well, maybe that's the reason why no one's joining, right? Because it don't work. Let's see. Tom, try this one. Yeah, technology. All right. Hopefully that works for you. Hopefully you click it before I end this video. All right. Well, thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. I really hope this was helpful for you. Dope. Have an amazing night and enjoy this energy. Bye.